Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Survival Let's Play. So to start off today's episode, what I want to do is head over to the farming district and I want to build another farm. And the one I'm going to build first is a sugarcane farm, because at the moment this is what I'm using here. I've just got to go around and mine all of this by hand. It takes quite a while and I actually don't even get that much sugarcane from this. So I want to tear this down today. And I'm going to head over to the farming district and build an automated one. And I actually don't want to waste any time, so I've got some materials together here. I think this should be everything I'm going to need. It's not going to be a massive sugarcane farm or anything, but I just wanted an automated one, just so I don't have to do this by hand anymore. So I'm going to take this over to the farming district and I'm going to get straight on with it. I've actually changed my mind and I'm going to build this thing a little bit bigger than I was first going to build it. So I went ahead and got a few more resources. So these are the building blocks. I'm mostly going to use sandstone and I'm also going to use some dark oak logs. And then all of the rest of the stuff is what I'm going to be using to build it as well. So I just went ahead and got a few more resources. Hopefully this is everything I'm going to need. And to start off with here, I've already laid out where the minecart rails are going to go. So I've got a minecart hopper on top of each of these. And there's actually going to be some sand blocks right here. And this is where the sugarcane is going to fall. So any items that are on top of these are going to get picked up by the minecart hoppers. And if we go to the middle here, you can see there's two hoppers in the middle pointing into this chest. So any items that get picked up by the minecart hoppers end up in the chest here. So like I said, there is going to be some sand on top of these. So I'm just going to quickly place all of this and then we'll get on with the next step. Now I've just got some sandstone and I'm going to go all the way around the outside. This is mostly just for decoration, I don't really need this here. But I'm also going to place some here in the middle, and this is to keep the water in place. So if I want to plant some sugarcane on top of that sand, I need some water next to it. So I'm going to make sure there's water next to all of this sand all the way along. It doesn't need to be source blocks, as long as there's a tiny little bit of water there, I will be able to plant some sugarcane. So I've actually got some just to demonstrate. So I can plant sugarcane on all of these here, but as soon as it gets to this one, there's no water there. So I can't plant it there even though I am pressing the trigger. So as soon as I put some water here, then I can plant it along here as well. So I'm just going to do this all the way along and then plant all of the sugarcane. Now that all of that's in place, what I'm going to do is place some upside down stairs on the back of all of the sugarcane. So this is going to cover up the water. And what I'm going to do here is also place some torches behind this. And I'm kind of hoping that that lets some light through. If the torches don't work, then I will place some sea lanterns or something like that later on. But this is just so the sugarcane can grow. It will light it up a little bit and it might look better at night time. So that's why I'm going to put some torches on this row right here. And then I'm going to put some upside down stairs behind each of the sugarcane as well. So what I'm going to do next is place some blocks on top of all of these torches. I'm just going to use some stone bricks because it's not going to be visible from the outside anyway. I put stone bricks along all of the way to the other end, and I've got some pistons and I'm just going to put these in front of all of the stone bricks, and of course I'm going to do the same on the other side. And once I've done this, the farm's pretty much done. There's only a couple more steps. Now that the pistons are in place, I can start placing the observers, and you can see that I've got a line of redstone dust going all the way through the middle. So this just goes from one end to the other. So now I'm going to place the observers down, and this is going to be quite simple. So just place them along like this. So the redstone is going to connect to the back of this, and then the face is going to be out here. So if any of the sugarcane grows 3 high like this, it will detect, and then you can see it harvest it just like that. So that's pretty much the full design there. I just need to finish placing the observers, and then of course I need to encase it in so the sugarcane doesn't fly off the edge. And that's the farm completely finished now. So I did a little bit of decorating, but not really too much because it's only a small farm. So you can see that I've got some sandstone around here. I put some glass in front of the sugarcane so you can see it growing and stuff. And then I've just got a trim around the outside, which is dark oak wood. And if I go around here, you can see I wasn't really too sure what to do with this, so I just put some chiseled sandstone in there. I think that looks okay. Then of course around the back it's just the exact same as the other side. And then if I go over here, this is where the items come out. So there's a chest on this side. I can close this up, and then it's the exact same on the other side as well. And the way this farm works, because the redstone is so compact, if one of the pistons harvest, it will also harvest a lot of the ones to the side as well. So for example, if this sugarcane right here grew up to the third block, the observer would pick that up and detect it. So this piston right here would harvest the sugarcane, but because the redstone is right behind here and it's all connected, it would also harvest quite a few of the other pistons at the same time. So I think it's like 12 in each direction, so on this side, and then 12 to the other side as well. And also the pistons on the back are connected to the same redstone, so it would also harvest the same pistons but on the back side as well. So quite a lot of them harvest at the same time as soon as one of them grows up to the third block. But it does actually take quite a while for it to grow to the third block for some reason. I've been here for about 10 or 15 minutes now, and I've got 7 pieces in this side and then 11 round the other side. So it's not the most efficient farm of all time, but I didn't really want it to be too efficient. I don't really use too much paper unless I'm making rockets, and I've actually got a lot of backups over at the base at the moment, so I'm not going to need rockets for quite a while. That's the main reason I built the sugarcane farm here, is just for rockets, and this thing is going to work every time I'm in the area. So I will be getting quite a lot, and one double chest probably won't be enough storage, so I might change this at some point and get a little bit more. But like I said, I didn't really want too much of an efficient farm because I don't use too much sugarcane, so it would be pointless having like hundreds of double chests full of it when I just don't need it. And if I ever do need more sugarcane and this just isn't producing enough, I'm pretty sure I can just stack this up a few times. It shouldn't be too difficult. I can just build this exact thing a few times above this, and it should work just fine as well. So if it does become a problem and I need more, I can always just fix it by building some more on top. But anyway, now this project is finished, I actually want to move straight on to a different one. So I want to build another farm, and this is only going to be a small one. I've got all the materials here, and it's actually a farm that I've built before, so I'm not going to be building this one on camera. It's only a little one, and what it's going to be is a rabbit farm. So in the last episode when I built the nano farm here, I purposely left a little bit of room, and this is where I'm going to build the rabbit farm. Like I said, I have built it before, so I'll leave a link down in the description to the tutorial that I made for this before. It's very simple, it should only take like a couple of minutes to build. So I'm quickly going to build this off camera and then I'll come back. I'm back and the farm is built over here. And I've got the rabbits that I'm going to breed up and put them in there in a minute. But first of all, I found this wandering trader over here. And if I go into his trades, you can see that he's got 2 of the new items that got added to the game. So the first one is rooted dirt, and the second one is a small drip leaf. So I bought 10 of these. So I'm not entirely sure what these 2 items are for. I assume the rooted dirt is kind of like coarse dirt, just a different variant of that. And I don't have a clue what the small drip leaf is, maybe just something you place on the ground for a bit of decoration. I'll look into it a little bit more, but I'm just trying to collect all of the items slowly, and then I can start collecting a stack of them and checking them off the checklist. And I mentioned this a couple of episodes ago, but I didn't actually watch any videos about the 1.17 update. So that's why I don't really know much about it. I'm just kind of learning about it as I play the game. Some people do tell me a few tips and stuff in the comments, so that helps out a little bit. But in general, I don't really know much about this update at all. And somebody did tell me that there's some items that you can only get from the wandering traders. So I'm not entirely sure if it's these 2 here, but there's some items that you can't actually find in the world at the moment, and you can only get them from these guys. But anyway, onto the rabbit farm now. I built it over here. It fits perfectly in between the 2 farms, and it is only a tiny little design. It took about 30 seconds to a minute to build all of this, and I've got a little chest in the back to store all of the carrots. There's a way up here, and this is where I'm going to breed all of the rabbits once they're inside there. But I'm actually breeding them up over there at the moment just so I can get a few to put inside the farm. And for anyone who didn't see this farm on the last world, the way it works is I need to get some rabbits on top of those fence posts right there. Then I can head up top and breed them up, and all of the baby rabbits will fall through, and if I open these trapdoors they will land on top of the slabs here, and once they're grown up they can't actually fit through this gap, but for some reason the baby rabbits can fit through this gap, so I need to keep this closed until all of the rabbits have grown up, and then they can't escape anymore. And then of course when they're all grown up I get the looting free sword, and then I can just kill them here, and all of the drops end up in the chest. So that's how the farm works. It's a very simple design. I I think the hardest part about this is getting the rabbits inside the farm. And I don't actually have enough yet. I want to try and get about 20 rabbits. And I'm going to take them and put them inside there. So I'm just going to keep breeding them up a little bit for now. And then once I've got them inside the farm, I'll come back. Okay, it's been a few hours since that last clip. And you can see that I've got some rabbits up at the top here. I don't really know how many's up there. It's kind of hard to count them as you're putting them in. I think there's about 20 or 30 up there. And then I've been breeding them up, and I've got some down at the bottom as well. And you can see that if I open these trapdoors, the rabbits can't fit through this gap and get out. So it's quite easy just to kill them like this. And I've actually been doing this for quite a while. So I'll show you what's inside the chest once I've killed them all. So here's all the loot that I've managed to get so far. It's not enough to check all of the items off of the checklist, but I'm going to take one of the stacks of raw meat and then the rabbit hide. And I'm also going to take the rabbit's feet as well for now. And I'm going to go to add these to the checklist room. Also, while I'm here, I found another wandering trader. And it had the pointed dripstone. I don't really know what this is used for, but I know you can turn it into a block. The dripstone block. And I'm actually going to craft one of those and see what it looks like. So I'm not sure if I like the texture there. I'm not really sure what you'd use it for either. But that's a new block in the game, and it's another one that I've collected. There's still quite a lot more to collect before I can add them all to the checklist. I'm hoping I can just collect them over the next couple of episodes and then add them all to the checklist, and then hopefully soon I can start checking them off. On the way back to the base, I thought I'd just stop off at the gold farm quickly. You might have realised at the bottom of the screen I'm level 1085 at the moment, and that's because I've been using the gold farm a lot over the last few weeks. So I was expecting this to break in the 1.17 update, but it actually still works fine. But I started using this a lot, so I've been getting a lot of gold. And I just wanted to ask anyone, like, what should I do with all of this gold? I know I can do some pickling bartering, and I will get into that at some point soon. But I'm not entirely sure what to do with it all, because there's just so much of it. I was thinking maybe build a gold mansion or something like that. But if anyone else has got any good ideas, just let me know. Because I've got almost 5 double chests full there. All of these chests are full of the ingots or nuggets. I don't think I've got any ingots over here, a few. Yeah, it's probably like 6 double chests full overall, full of gold blocks. So I'm not entirely sure what to do with it all, so if you've got any good ideas, just let me know. And back over at the storage room, I can check a few more items off the checklist. So I'll start off with the mob drops. I've got 63 rabbit hide, so I'm going to put that in there, and that's the full stack. I'm going to take the piece of paper with rabbit's foot on there, and I'll put the actual rabbit's feet in. There's only 29 at the moment, these things are kind of rare. So I'm going to have to use the rabbit farm a little bit more in between episodes, and then I'll check them off probably in the next episode. And the last item is in the food chest. So I've got 63 raw rabbit, I'm going to put this in. I do still need to get the cooked rabbit, but like I said, I'm going to use the rabbit farm a little bit more in between episodes. And I'll probably check that off in the next episode as well. And what I want to do next is a quick mining session for some ancient debris. I don't think I've got too much left in here. So only 19 ancient debris and then 1 netherite scrap. So I'm going to get some TNT together because I've not done this for a couple of episodes now. So I think 3 stacks is usually enough. I'm going to head to the nether and I'm going to do a quick session. That was actually quite a successful trip. I managed to get 33 ancient debris overall. But I'm not going to smelt it just yet. I'm going to leave it in the shulker box and then put it into the ender chest. I'll smelt it at some point and then make it into netherite. But there's one more thing that I want to do to end off today's episode. So over here I've been collecting some of the new items that got added in the 1.17 update. So if you look in the top chest here, this is all the deep slate blocks. So I'm pretty sure this is all of them. It's all of the blocks and then the stairs, the slabs and then the walls as well. So I hope that's all of them. If there's any more, then you can just let me know down in the comments. In the next chest down, I've got all of the deep slate ores apart from the diamond because I haven't found that yet. I've also got some of the new raw blocks, so raw copper, raw iron, raw gold. And you can see everything else in here. Just some of the new items that got added. I'm pretty sure there's a few more I need to collect here as well. And I'm actually going to be going to collect some of these in a minute. And in the bottom chest I've started collecting some of the different copper blocks. And there's actually so many of these it's going to take a while to collect them all. You can see I've got some exposed copper here. And I've actually been smelting some of this down and then putting it over here, just placing it down. And over time this will start getting more and more green, and then I'll break it, and then I can also add that to the chest as well. And I will have to make it all into stairs and slabs as well, just to make sure I've got one of every single type of copper block. But anyway, what I wanted to do to end off today's episode is go and collect some of the new items. So I've got quite a lot of them here already, but there's a few more that I don't have, and I think if I start flying in this direction, there is something called Amethyst Geode or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what the name is. I saw it the other day and I wasn't sure what it was for. I just kind of left it because I didn't want to explore it off camera. So I waited until I was recording. I think it's just here. Yes, I'm not entirely sure what this is, but I'm pretty sure you get crystals inside these. And there's also some, I think they're called calcite or something like that. The blocks here. It's actually very dark in here, so I'm going to get some torches out. There's actually not many crystals in here, but I've heard that if you use fortune on these you can get more. So if I break this, we'll see how many I can get. There's only, actually 12 is not bad at all for breaking one. But anyway, I just wanted to come over here and collect some of the new blocks. So I'm going to get some of this calcite, I think it's called. So I'll get a bit of this, and I'm also going to collect some of this. And then I'm going to head back to the base. Now I've got a few more of these items, I'm going to add those to the chest as well. So calcite and the Amethyst block. There's also the smooth basalt. I'm pretty sure that got added in the new update. I've never seen that block before. So I'm going to put that in the chest as well. And I'm going to put one of these crystals down here at the bottom. And then with the other ones I can actually craft a few items. So first of all is the tinted glass. I think this is just like normal glass, but light doesn't travel through. I'm not entirely sure though, but this is one of the new blocks, so I'm going to break this and put this in the chest as well. And one of the other things that got added was a spyglass. So this is the first time I'm crafting one of these and I've not used one yet. So I assume you can just look at things closer up. This is kind of like Optifine that you can get on Java Edition. It's not the best, like that sugarcane over there doesn't look normal whatsoever. It's quite cool to have this on Xbox I think, so I might end up using this at some point. But for right now I'm just going to put it in this chest, and this is another one of the items that got added. And all of these items that are in here are going to go over into the checklist room at some point. I mentioned this in the last episode, but for anyone who didn't see that, I extended the checklist out a little bit, so I've got 2 new columns of chests on each side. And I'm going to be using these for some of the new items. But first of all I need to collect one of every single item, and that's why I'm keeping them all out there for now. Just so I know which items I've already collected and which ones I still need to get. And some of the new items and blocks actually fit into some of the current categories that I've already got here. So an example is at the end, this is the ores chest, but I actually forgot to put the sign on it once I moved it back. So I'll sort that out soon. But I could put all of the deep slate ores inside this chest. And another example is over in the mob drops. So the new ink sac got added, the glow ink sac. So that's just a mob drop, so I could put it into this chest. So the plan is to see if any of the new items do fit into any of the current categories. And then for any of the leftover items, I'm just going to put them in the new chest. And that's why I've got 2 new columns over here. But anyway, I've actually run out of time to record for today's episode. I think I got quite a lot done considering I only had 2 days to record this video. If anyone could let me know if I've missed any of the blocks in each chest, that would be quite useful. So I'm pretty sure this is all of the deep slate. In the bottom chest I'm just trying to get all of the different copper blocks. It's going to take quite a while, but I do know that I'm missing quite a lot here. But if there's any other items that I'm missing that is not copper, and also not diamond deep slate, because I know I've not got that yet, just let me know down in the comments because it will help me out a lot. I don't want to add any of these items to the checklist until I'm certain that I've got them all. So I just want to be 100% sure that I've got all of the new items before I start putting them in the chest. But anyway, like I said, that is going to be the end of today's episode. So I hope everyone enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.